In the last 72 hours, Anthropic released its most powerful AI model ever. Apple rebuilt Siri from scratch at Tim Cook's final WWDC keynote. And Google's most anticipated model of the year is still sitting in internal testing, getting closer by the day. Most people following AI news covered those three stories. They missed the one that may matter more than all three combined. You might think the biggest AI story of the week is about capability. Who has the strongest model? Who launched first? Who is winning the benchmark race? But the story nobody is talking about is about price. And price changes who gets to compete. By the end of this video, I'll show you exactly what happened this week that the benchmark headlines buried, and why it may matter more for your business, your career, and your future than any model release. Let's start with what actually happened. Apple held WWDC 2026. Tim Cook delivered his final WWDC keynote. Apple rebuilt Siri around a modern AI architecture and positioned it as the next evolution of the iPhone experience. At the same time, regulators in Europe pushed back, creating uncertainty around the rollout. Anthropic launched Claude Fable 5, the first public Mythos-class model, 80.3% on SWE Bench Pro, available free for Pro, Max, Team, and Enterprise users until June 22nd. Anthropic also expanded Project Glasswing, broadening access to advanced cybersecurity capabilities under tightly controlled conditions. Google's Gemini 3.5 Pro remains in limited preview. Expected this month, still one of the most anticipated launches of the year. Microsoft completed another major expansion of Foundry, strengthening the infrastructure layer beneath enterprise AI. The Pentagon confirmed active evaluations involving frontier AI systems from multiple companies. And SpaceX moved closer to its IPO while continuing to deploy AI-enabled infrastructure across critical systems. 7 major developments, all within 72 hours. And yet none of them are the real story. Because all 7 stories focus on capability, the story nobody noticed focuses on economics. Before we get there, ask yourself something. When you evaluate an AI tool, what matters more? The smartest model? Or the model that creates the best return on investment? That distinction is becoming increasingly important, because history repeatedly shows that the company with the most advanced technology does not always win. Look at aviation. Every generation produces faster, more sophisticated aircraft. Yet the companies that dominated for decades were usually the ones that mastered economics, efficiency, maintenance, and scale. The same pattern appears in enterprise software. Businesses rarely buy the most impressive solution. They buy the solution that integrates well, scales efficiently, and produces measurable results. The AI industry is beginning to enter that phase. The conversation is shifting from capability to economics, from benchmarks to sustainability, from what AI can do to what AI costs. And that brings us to the story nobody covered properly. DeepSeek made its 75% price cut permanent, not temporary. Permanent. To many people, that sounds like a pricing announcement. To executives, operators, and business owners, it is something else entirely. It is a declaration of war, because when the cost of intelligence falls by that magnitude, the economics of the entire industry change. Suddenly, tasks that were previously too expensive become viable. Projects that required enterprise budgets become accessible to smaller organizations. Experiments become affordable. Iteration becomes affordable. Scale becomes affordable. The barrier to entry drops. And when barriers fall, competition rises. That affects every major player. Anthropic wins on capability. Claude Fable 5 currently represents the highest capability ceiling available to the public. Google wins on economics at scale. Its infrastructure and pricing strategy position it to serve massive deployment volumes. OpenAI wins on ecosystem. ChatGPT, Microsoft, Azure, GitHub, and countless integrations create enormous distribution advantages. But DeepSeek changed something different. DeepSeek changed the pricing floor, and when the pricing floor moves, everyone else has to react. That is why this week's most important story is not who launched the most powerful model, it is who changed the economics of the market. Because capability leadership can change every few months. Economic pressure remains. Think about what this means for your own work. Most professionals spend their time comparing benchmark scores. That made sense during the novelty phase of AI. The novelty phase asks, what can this model do? The efficiency phase asks, what does it cost to do it? Those are very different questions. We are moving from an era where AI itself was the advantage to an era where the advantage comes from how effectively you apply it. That shift matters, because when intelligence becomes cheaper, the value moves away from the model provider and toward the person using the model. The advantage no longer comes from having access. The advantage comes from execution, from strategy, from understanding where AI creates leverage inside your business. The professionals who understand that transition early will make better decisions than the ones chasing every new benchmark headline. And that is why this week's biggest story was hidden in plain sight. Not Claude Fable 5, not WWDC, not Gemini 3.5 Pro. As important as those stories are, the real story is that the economics of AI are changing faster than most people realize. And when economics change, industries change. The honest picture of June 2026 looks like this. Anthropic is competing on capability. Apple is competing on integration. Google is competing on infrastructure and scale. OpenAI is competing on ecosystem. DeepSeek is competing on price. All of them matter. But they matter for different reasons. The professionals watching this have seen enough technology cycles to recognize a familiar pattern. The best product does not always win. The company with the best product at the right price, for the right customer, at the right moment often does. That is the real lesson of this week. So here are 3 things to do right now. If you have access to Claude Fable 5, evaluate it on your real workflows before the June 22nd window closes. If you are waiting for Gemini 3.5 Pro, avoid making permanent infrastructure decisions until the full picture is available. And if your organization is planning AI budgets for the next 12 months, assume pricing will continue to fall. Build flexibility into every forecast, because the floor is moving, and it may move faster than anyone expected. Most people noticed the powerful new models. Most people noticed the major announcements. Most people noticed the benchmarks. The professionals who win the next phase of AI will notice the economics. Because in the long run, the question is not who built the smartest model. The question is, who can deliver intelligence at a price the market can sustain? That is the story that actually mattered this week, and it may be the story that defines the next decade.